But I want to ask you too, because I think with the network effect of a coin, we are seeing this right now. I know this is a swear word to many people, but I'm actually going to talk about it somewhat negatively now. So maybe your ears will perk up. But like what Jack Levin is doing with Zen right now, I said something to you the other day, Ewok, that like he has been doing so many things that I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like I know that he has an L1 called X1 or whatever in the works, but Zen is on like all these different chains, and there's NFTs, and then there's a reflective token, and I know there's been other things built on top of Zen already and stuff like that. But there's so many things going on that
Too
I
many.
kind of right that
Yeah.
I'm kind of just like, hey, I mean, I mentored it. We'll see where it goes, but I can't keep up with all this, and I'm not really going to right now. And I ask you now, that's not at all the same as this. Richard Hart has not done that. I'm not saying that he has or anything like that. But with so many things that we've just been talking about being built like on top of Hex or in relation to Hex or like free airdrops, um, do you think at some point, like maybe too many things get created? I'm not talking about the things built on Pulse. That's a little bit of a different idea. But do you think at some point there's like too many things that get created where it's like maybe somebody that's new to it could get confused? I know
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sound gatekeepy or anything. I'm just purely saying that like I'm just asking that question. That like
Nope.
somebody that was new would be confused. And I know I've seen this talked about on Twitter by people, and I think it's a good conversation. Again, I love Hedron. I hold Hedron. I
Right.
think it's an exception big time. But yeah, I mean, do you think somebody could see like, well, there's Maxi and there, I can't even name them all. I know you know all of them, but yeah, I mean, what do you think?
Y-
I'll let you go first now.
Yeah. So yes, there can be too many things, and the problem is, especially in a bear market, um, where you get that shiny object syndrome,
Right.
um, where it does detract from the thing that we're building around. You start deploying capital in all these different places, and we may, had all these things not existed, I'm willing to bet that Hex probably wouldn't have gone below 5-10 cents. Um, but because you had all these other things, uh, you had people selling it to get into other things. Uh, yes, it gets convoluted, it gets crazy. And the odds of somebody rug pulling on you increases every time something new comes out. They so when I onboard a new person into Hex, I don't even talk about half that stuff.
Right.
Excuse me. There's just so much. You think they're having a hard time getting into MetaMask and um, into go.hex.com to do their their burns. Um, it's yeah, it's crazy. And then you just get too many things. The muddies the water, makes a mess. So
Yeah.
unless you're in it every day and you know what all these things are, and well, then not only that, when it's time to mint your coins, then you've got to remember, all right, I got to do my communis, and then I've got to do my hedron, and
Right. Right.
then I got to end my stake, and so it's just all these different things that you have to remember. It gets crazy. And it is a lot of work. And I often wonder, what if something happens to me? Um, Nobody's going to know all that stuff. Like, my kid, even though I'll leave it all to my kids, it'll be in my trust for my family, but they're not going to know all this stuff and where all these wallets are, and which one has Maximus and which one has Decimus, and
Right. Yeah.
Pulse chain on this one and Pulse X on another one, and which ledger has this, and it's just like it's overwhelming, and we kind of got to get back to keeping it simple, um, and focusing on our main plays. I think anyway, that's just my opinion.
No, I agree with you 100%. And I guess that's kind of what you have to do is when you are onboarding somebody. And we again spoke with Crypto Coffee a couple weeks ago, and I bring him up because I think he's one of the best at doing this.
Mhm.
He he understands the basics. Like, he understands the reinforcement of the basics. I mean, he has a course, literally the Hex passive income course, but you know, he understands the basics of it, and the people that, you know, Hex is still pretty viral. People need to understand that stuff, because that can be hard enough to some people, even if they're somewhat crypto savvy, you know.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, I agree with you. Too many things absolutely hurts anything, but Hex and Richard Hart have done such a good job with the branding. And you know, it's not like you go to hex.com and you see all these other things we're talking about on there.
Right.
You know, Hedron's not even on there.
Well,
So
another beauty of it is the community that he's created. You know, there is something to be said for that. A lot of these things that are being done are all seem to be, so far that I'm aware of, with good intent, and they're done the right way, and they are immutable contracts as far as we know. You know, that can't be messed with. So, you know, kudos to them for doing it the right way. It's just like you said, there's when you get that many, sorry to cut you off, but you know, that is one of the things too, that the community has kind of come a long way in what Richard has built, to do things the right way.
HEXPassiveIncome.com. My friend Crypto Coffee has created what I think is probably the best course for a new cryptocurrency investor. Not only that, but these courses usually charge an arm and a leg. Crypto Coffee is only charging $200. I think right now he actually has a discount for $150. I have a link below in the description. If you are new to crypto, do not understand Hex and how it works, click the link below. It's a quick, easy course. He only gives you the basics. I personally, myself, have thought about creating an intro to crypto course in the past. I don't think there's any reason to do so, because Matt, Crypto Coffee, has already taken care of that. And I don't think anything needs to be added by anybody else. So check it out. The link is in the description, and sign up to Hex Passive Income today.